What's up, sisters? I could not freaking contain myself, and I'm like sitting here at my favorite cute little coffee house, and it's a little noisy, but I'm like, I'm going live anyway because I truly believe in just over delivering for you. So here's another bonus training that I literally sing with, and I totally believe in every fiber of my being that this is one of the deepest youth tools we have available to us, and it's appreciation. So let me tap right in because I want this to be, pretty quick. I'm going to go through a few steps and an exercise, and I want you to just like marinate in that rapture. So we talked about breath and we talked about worry, and I sent you a worksheet just now, or an opportunity sheet, I should say, that, worrying is like literally the only thing worrying does is age the fuck out of us. And the funny thing is, and I know that I do this, and I've been so captivated by my own victimhood in this, like I know that worrying is going to create so much chronic stress in my body. And then I think about not worrying. And when I think about not worrying, that makes me worry more. Right? I'm sure you can relate to that. I'm sorry. It's like perfect timing, right? That the gardening is happening right now, but the smell is just divine. Hope you can hear me. I'm going to keep rapping. All right. So instead, let's go through that opportunity, right, that I shared with you from the breathing exercise. And just to review, right, you're going to do a body scan. You're going to notice what you feel, whatever tension is there. Allow the mind to label it. Maybe you're scared. You're going to breathe. You're going to honor it. You're going to tell your body, you're going to tell your system that everything's okay. Put awareness into that part of your system, knowing that it's just your little girl that wants to be heard. And the more attention you give to it, the more it's going to heal, the more it's going to subside. So then, from there, like you see, and you can separate your mind from things. You disentangle it. When your mind kicks in and wants to manage stuff, you get to honor that because it's just there trying to protect you. And you do this, you practice this, you start feeling different, you start feeling better. And here's the thing, right? As these instant shifts come up and you're giving your body the attention that it demands, it gets seen. It brings that fear into the light, and your little girl voice inside gets attention right now. Again, that literally allows for a flood of feel-good hormones to rush in through your system and increase your sense of self-worth and self-efficacy, which radiates healing and annihilates free radicals in your system. And this applies to everything from living agelessly to weight loss to anything that you're struggling to break through in your life. You get to see how effortless this is when you come into a place of appreciation. So let me unpack this a little bit further. That, when you start to feel those feels of like the little girl voice going, hey, I'm over here and I'm really scared. Can you please help me? The shame loop starts. And we've talked about shame, right? Which is like the lowest vibe frequency. It's that freer frequency, and it just erodes your cells. And it's like we say this to ourselves like, shit, I shouldn't be feeling this way. Oh my God, like get away from me. I got to go back to, building this thing so we could be safe. And then you go into like that push, hustle, hard thing. So like, I got to do this diet plan, or I got to eat like this. I got to go work out. I got to, do all these phone calls so that I can improve my business. And you're just in chase mode, which is lack, which is aging you, which you're in the stress loop, right? Here's the thing. All your body requires right now, in any moment, is attention. That's it. Please pay attention to me. It's just like if you have kids, and even if you don't, like if a little kid came to you for help, right? Like, please help me, I'm scared. you don't kick her away and say like, I don't got time for you right now. I don't got time for this nonsense, right? Like, but you do that all the time to yourself, and it completely dishonors your system. So once you start honoring your system, then you're going to start feeling the shifts clicking you literally back into alignment with your soul, which is where your youth, your youthfulness, your radiance, your delicious essence and effervescence for life is. So it doesn't mean that you're not scared, right? I want to clarify. That doesn't mean that you're like now all of a sudden you don't have any fears. It's simply pulling you into an aligned space, and you don't have to be like in spite of the fear to be aligned, right? It's not a linear path. When you stand in alignment, and I know you've had this experience before where like you set an intention, and then that exact right person, that exact right experience, that exact right circumstance shows up, and you're like, wow, that was like magic. What a coincidence, right? Like, and you say that to yourself, like, oh my gosh, that's such a coincidence. And because of like our self-worth, deep tape programming that's running, we go to this place where like we literally say, oh, that's too good to be true, right? We've all said that before. It's too good to be true, which is like literally saying to the universe, I don't want it. I'm sending it back. It's like a slap in the face. Here's the gift. I don't want it. I just don't think it's possible that I'm worthy enough to receive something with that much ease. So when I talk about like living ageless, I talk about like weight falling off your body, you know, opportunities for your career just happening, like things just lining up, because you're in alignment. And from that place, there's no push, there's no chase, there's no free radicals completely like pulling your cells into decay. Your past beliefs are, because we all have them, right? Like you have to work really, really hard. You have to eat shit. You have to have everybody love you. You have to manipulate them into like seeing you in a certain way. You have to show up and pretend. God damn, that's so freaking exhausting, and it will age you. All this is coming from is that piece, like, I don't love myself, right? If you did, then none of that would even matter, because you wouldn't be looking for that external validation. You wouldn't be looking for that perfect body or the money in the bank as like a tool for, you know, being worthy. You would just be good, like just be good. And you can feel good, right? And I've done this so many times before, and it's a constant journey for me where, you know, you can get good when your circumstances are good. Like you're humming along, and then more good things happen because you're feeling good, and then that one thing goes wrong, and like it's like the epic dive into everything goes to shit, because they're all guided by stuff on the external, right? When things are good, I'm good. When they're not, everything goes to shit. And we've all been there. So how do we unhook from that? Well, it's coming back to that place where you get to honor where you are no matter what. And then that alignment clicks back in. And those coincidences, which really aren't coincidences, they're just the universe is always there trying to feed you awesomeness, and you come into alignment, and then you're like, oh, I'm worthy enough to receive that, and everything starts kicking into high gear, and there is effortlessness there, right? So you take the hard step. You get aware of what doesn't feel good, and you say, like, I'm not doing that shit anymore. And then just to review, you be with that fear, which will naturally kick in. It's okay that the fear is there. Create space, honor it, notice what comes through, and then go take action on that thing that came through. Like that is when magic happens. And then have the self-worth to receive it, to just surrender and accept it in ease. Have the courage to trust that intuition that came in, that created the insight and follow that thread through. And then here's the beautiful part. Have the patience and the grace with yourself that your system is responding in the perfect way for you. Notice it as it comes online, and instead of trying to change it or force it or push it on a timeline, just be with it. Circle back to your breath. This is okay. Be love now. What does that mean? Like, how can you be love now? Well, here's two things you can do. Look for evidence in your life from your past to show you that, like, you're going to be fine, right? To know, right? You've had past experiences that were hard, and you're here now, and you look back at those experiences, you go, wow, I'm actually really grateful that that happened. So look for evidence in your life to know that when you look back a few years from now, you can say, thank God that happened for me. Right? That's so true of so many things in your life. And here's the speed of implementation piece, which again rapidly sets you on a youth course. Bring that level of appreciation into your life right now versus waiting for it to show up like down the road when that thing happens. You don't need to wait for anything to feel love and appreciation in any freaking moment. You can sit here in the present moment and like deactivate everything that is going on around you and just be in appreciation right now, right? Like that you are freaking breathing right now, right? That you have people that support you, that you get to start every day with a breath and a step and be in active appreciation of that. Sit in that energy because that is the energy you're going to be in anyway. So you might as well call it in now, right? Just call it in now. Tune into that appreciation and that love now. And then you emanate that out and it's like, ding! Like, people are just like, what is it about her? She's just radiating. And they want to interact with you and it makes you feel good. And it's not about the external validation from them. It's just simply you're radiating that out. You're elevating the planet and you're in your youthful exuberance and glory and juiciness and sensuality. Your frequency aligns so much that like people are just drawn to you like a moth to a flame. And the point is here that it's effortless. It doesn't require you really to do anything except be. So here's an exercise that I'm going to end with. I want you to close your eyes. If you're watching with me now, freaking awesome. If you're watching on the replay, cool. I'm going to send you a recording and you can do this anytime. Close your eyes. Just relax. See what's present. What is alive in your system right now? Just start to do that body scan and notice, perhaps there may be some tension, maybe there's some pinching, some discomfort, some bloating, some distension. Just notice any tension in your system. Okay? Get that. Now, I want you to bring into your mind's eye an image of somebody you absolutely adore. Picture them right in front of you, just smiling at you, laughing. You can give them a hug, you can give them a kiss. Just feel right now how grateful you are to have this wonderful person in your life right now. You can talk to them and thank them for being there with you. And just feel how much you love them. Now feel that in your body. What is coming alive for you inside your body right now? What are your body sensations? Do you perhaps feel a little bit lighter? All that discomfort, has some of it dissolved? What shifted for you? Open your eyes. That's the power of active appreciation. When I say active, I mean you're actively going in and appreciating something and energetically imprinting that into your cellular structures, and you actually shift. That took less than 30 seconds, right? It's all about perception. You always have a choice. You could see the world as like a dark, shitty, fucked up place that's full of danger and is really scary, and it's like you have to fight and you're just aging by the second. Or you can see that every second on this planet is like a miracle full of abundance and love. And you know what? Both are true, right? Both are true. One perception is going to give you one reality, and the other is going to give you an entirely different reality. And you can be in a shitstorm, and then in the next second, you can put yourself in love and abundance. And it's up to you. And I wanted to sing that out to you today from my heart, knowing that as you put this practice into place and you layer it in with these other tools that I'm sharing with you, inviting you in to start to shift and click back into this alignment, it's just going to show up in your physiology. Diseases that you were locked into before may just miraculously disappear. Skin just like tightens, right? The belly pouch that you've had since you had a kid is just flattening. And it doesn't require anything except just give that body some attention. That's it. Oh, I love you so much. And I'm so psyched for your freedom. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'm actively appreciating each and every one of you and holding that space in my heart for you, for sure. Boom.